Floorball is one of the most complex sports ever.
It's like hockey on the floor!
Today we discuss the kinematics of the sport.
We will now answer the question: is kinematics important in floorball or not?
I'm Miggy from 10G,
And I'm Uyami from 10G.
and you're watching Sports Scienza.
Finally, now that we know both the introduction and the rules, let's win this thing. The goal is you need to hit the ball with the stick to the goal, which is guarded by the goalkeeper. You win the game by bagging more goals than your opponent by the end of the game. Now that we know the introduction, let's move on to the basic rules. Rule number 1. Do not raise your stick above your knees because it is a high stick. Rule number 2. Do not jump while in play. Do not risk injury. Number 3. Do not do shoulder-to-shoulder contact to someone without the ball. First, let's start with the introduction of floorball. Floorball is a sport where there are 5 outfield players with one goalkeeper. They usually have a stick with a curve at the end and a ball and a goal. The game usually lasts for 20 minutes per quarter, and there are 3 quarters. Now that we have the introduction,
Good morning. I will teach you the pass and cut strategy. You will need 2 players for this. The first player will pass it to the second player. Then the player who passed will proceed to the goal and will pass back. And the player will pass back to the cutting player who will then take the shot. Slap shot. This is where you hit the ball intensely. You hit this by raising your stick a little bit higher but not above your knees and striking the ball towards the goal. Wrist shot. This is the simplest shot in floorball. It's like passing strongly towards the goal. This is the dragged shot. This shot, you drag the ball across the floor with your stick to gain power, then shoot. Training for conditioning. Running laps for endurance during a game. Push-ups for strength in your arms when you shoot. Sit-ups to have body strength to defend the ball. Ball training. Passing drills to increase passing ability and teamwork. Shooting drills to increase accuracy. Good morning. I am here to discuss the acceleration of the ball during shooting in floorball. First, you will need your acceleration formula, which is final velocity minus initial velocity over total time equals to acceleration. Your final velocity would be the speed of the ball when hit. Your initial velocity would be the speed of the ball before hit, which will be equal to 0. Then your total time would be the time of everything that takes place. Input those values into this equation, voila, you have your acceleration of ball during shooting. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. We are here to discuss the average speed of the player when they run the full court during a fast break. You will need the average speed formula, which is total distance over total time equals to average speed. Your total distance would be the distance the player ran, then your total time would be the time the player ran. Input this into the equation and you will get your average speed. Thank you. Oh, hello. I've been expecting you. Today we will be discussing the average velocity of a player to touch all 4 corners when they change directions. You will need the average velocity formula, which is final point minus initial point over total time, which will give you the average velocity. Your final point would be the player's final position. Your initial point would be the player's initial position. Your total time would be the time of the player's run. Input all these values into this equation and you will get your average velocity.
Good morning, hello, good morning. I will now be taking questions. Yes, you sir in the back.
Sir, how is kinematics important in floorball?
Kinematics is very important in floorball. This is used when we play the sport. When we know the kinematics of our opponent, we get a chance to anticipate their moves and therefore counter it and defeat them. That will be all. Thank you very much.